Good morning. I'm setting up to do a stretch. I had such a beautiful week. I really trained hard and I feel like today I just need to stretch things out. I'm going to be following a stretch video on YouTube. It's not one of my own ones, another YouTuber's one. So it's an hour long and I'm going to be following that. And I've got a child-free weekend this weekend. My son is with his dad, and that means I get time to just be by myself, be with the girlies. I have so much. I can't even call it gossip because it's not gossip. It's my real freaking life to share with my one girlfriend. So yeah, let's do the stretch business. I think it's gonna be so good. I trained shoulders yesterday and I feel like I'm carrying the world on my shoulders. So let's get right into it. Okay, I can't say I'm unfit, okay, but when it comes to like range of motion, it's not there. It's giving 2 out of 10, as I'm sure you saw in those sped up little clips. But that was fun. I really felt like that was a good workout. My heart was racing a little bit. I don't know if it was the anxiety from like, oh my word, am I gonna hurt myself? But she did such a good job of like walking us through like a great warm-up to make sure you don't get hurt. But I definitely will be doing that more often, especially on weekends where I'm not with my son, because you know, like during this time of the day, he'd want to be watching some show, a cartoon or whatever. So I'm gonna get ready now. Get dressed, get ready, and head over to my friend's place. Yes. I'm all dressed and ready to go, but before I go, I would like to thank Intimina for sponsoring today's video. Intimina have sent me 2 products, one of which is their Balmy, which is a moisturizing and soothing intimate cream. So Balmy is Intimina's newest launch, and it is a soothing and moisturizing cream for your genitals. It is for the external genitals, not the internal genitals, and it refreshes and smooths, especially if you like to get a wax or like to shave down there. It can get uncomfortable and itchy with the regrowth. So I carry this little baby in my handbag. It is small enough, as you can see. If you carry a smaller handbag, maybe try switch it up on the days that you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable to a bigger one so that this can fit. And you can apply it as often as you need to throughout the day. Just take a small amount and rub it on your vulva. And to me, it feels like having a mint. You know that freshness that hits you when you put a mint in your mouth, but putting a mint down there, not internally but externally, it just gives that refreshing feeling and soothes the itching that can come from regrowth after waxing or shaving. The second product that Intimina has sent me is the Ziggy Cup 2, and it looks like this. This is a menstrual cup or a menstrual disc, and I love it. I love sustainable ways of looking after yourself, and I love that you can use this for 2 years. So 2 years of using one single product and not putting extra stuff into our environment. I love this. I think if you want to get into using more sustainable products when you're on your period, the Ziggy Cup 2 is definitely a great option, especially if you're a beginner with using a menstrual cup. It's much easier to insert than a menstrual cup. All you have to do is squeeze it this way and not insert it like this, like inserting a tampon, but direct it towards your tailbone so that it can hook behind your cervix and collect your menstrual bleed. As you can see in the front over here, there's some ridged edges to help you pull it out when you are ready to empty it. A lot of questions that I have received about using a menstrual cup or a menstrual disc is what then happens if you are out and about and you need to empty it out. This is what I do, okay? First of all, before you leave the house, make sure you empty your menstrual disc. The Ziggy Cup 2 can last you about 8 hours. So 8 hours is as long as like basically you sleep at night. That means uninterrupted sleep. That means if you're out and about with friends, I'm sure you won't be out the whole day, you can come home and change it. But if maybe you're on a heavier day and you feel you need to empty it, obviously this is going to be up in the birth canal to collect your menstrual bleed. Carry a small bottle of water in your handbag so that when you go to a public restroom, you can take the Ziggy Cup out, empty it, open your little bottle of water just to rinse it, and you can insert it again, and then obviously wash your hands afterwards. One thing I absolutely love about the Ziggy Cup 2 is you can wear this on your period and still have sex. Period sex is nothing to be ashamed about. I think that society has portrayed this way of looking at a woman on her period as being dirty and they shouldn't be touched and you should be isolated, and definitely not. If that is your jam, you can have sex, mess-free sex, with the Intimina Ziggy Cup 2. We've been conditioned as women to sort of see scenes that are like bloody on movies, and there's like an action movie and somebody's been hurt, as more acceptable than something that happens naturally to our bodies every single month. So there's absolutely no reason for you to stay away from getting down in the if you've got the Ziggy Cup 2. And please do be aware though that this is not a contraceptive. This is not a contraceptive. You still need to use protection when you are having sex. This is not a female condom. This collects your menstrual bleed. As you can see, I'm wearing white pants. That is how much I trust the Ziggy Cup 2. I'm going to insert it right now. I'm just wearing like a pad while I sit here and talk to you about it because I wanted to show it to you, of course. But I have been using menstrual cups for a while, so I'm not new to the game. If you are new and you feel like you want to wear white pants, but you're a little bit scared, add a little bit of protection there in case you have a leak and maybe you didn't insert it properly. You can put a panty liner if it's a lighter day, you can put a pad if it's a heavier day, and you're good to go. So let's go. I've never had sex on my period, and I just, not because like I feel like shame around that, I just feel like the only reason is because of the mess. Yes. So like now that I have the Ziggy Cup 2, I'm definitely like, it's game on.
It's about to go.
It's about to go down.
Yes.
Okay, there's nothing that can stop me now. So like that's just been my vibe, like the whole mess. Have you had sex on your period?
A lot of it. But only one man, guys. The father.
Fine, even if it was with multiple men.
No.
You're very sex positive.
All about that. No, but it's the father of my kids.
Yeah.
I won't mention any names.
Okay.
But yeah, I think when I'll be on my period, they will always, I'll come up with excuses. I think when we were first dating,
Yeah.
I'll come up with excuses and be like, no, I'm on my period.
But would you say it out
Yes,
loud?
I would definitely let him know when I'm on my period. I
Okay.
think that is just one thing you should tell your partner, that today I'm on my period, because I think with him, he's very sensitive when it came to menstrual cycles.
Was he very much like, don't even look at me if you're on your period?
Yes, in the beginning.
Oh,
In the
okay.
in
Was
the
he like,
beginning.
don't even touch me?
No, like when you're on your period,
He
he
like-
like get fondly.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So I was like, cool, that's great, because I also...
So whose idea was it to have sex on your period?
Well, his, because he couldn't wait the 7 days sometimes in a week.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I think for a good couple of months, it was just like, no, we'll wait 7 days and then I'll meet you after 7 days. But then nigga be horny, you know, sister be horny, so we're gonna be like, we're just like starting to compromise. We started to get a point of compromise. Fortunately, I don't have a heavy cycle.
Okay.
So
But your cycle lasts 7 days.
in the beginning, before I went on contraceptives, it lasted 7
Oh,
days.
okay.
Because my period was very like one of those that left you in bed.
Oh.
The period pains and all of that. But then I think once I got on the contraceptives, because I got on my first contraceptive, I had it when I was with him. So I was on the injection, and then that toned down my
Like the
pains,
flow.
the flow. Toned down the
And
flow,
the
the pains, everything was like a miracle. Because
Okay.
I had bad period pain. So at that time, my period went from 7 days to 3.
Oh, hectic.
So lucky him, right? As well. But it went to 3 days and with no pain because of the contraceptive. So sex during that time was, I would say for him it was good because there was more lubrication.
Of course, yeah.
There was more lubrication.
Okay, so you weren't
So-
worried about the mix.
No, at some point I got over that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I got over that because, you know, I wasn't one to have white sheets either.
Yeah.
And I'm not really lazy to do my laundry. So it was just like, if there wasn't mess, we just take it off, change, clean the bed, done.
Okay.
But I never had that issue because my cycle was so short
Yeah.
and also it wasn't too much, it wasn't heavy. And yeah, so the sex obviously became, for him, was good because the lubrication is there. You don't need to worry about me getting wet, you know. But obviously there's no foreplay because that's a little bit more, for him it became a little bit more like,
A little bit more messy.
Exactly. So we didn't...
No, but wouldn't you make out? Wouldn't that be the foreplay? Like making out a little bit longer, not just like a quick kiss.
So for a while he did enjoy that.
He didn't enjoy making out.
Yeah.
I could never. I couldn't. I could not be with a
For a
person
while
that
he
doesn't want to
didn't
make
enjoy
out.
that. No, he really didn't. He had an issue with that for a good while. But eventually I would convince him that, brother friend, I enjoy kissing. So you better do things. If you want to turn me on, kiss me. You know, it will take me a much quicker time if you want to make sure that I'm wet. So if that wasn't an option, then obviously we'll just get straight into it, and you know. So I wouldn't really enjoy it because now I'm thinking about my bed, you know, about the mix.
Okay.
And but eventually I got used to it. But I think the one thing that really annoyed me was the smell.
I'm dying. I'm dying. You are educating me right now.
The smell,
Doesn't it just smell like iron? Because like blood smells like iron.
It smells like iron, and also if you on your period and you continue to have sex on that week, or I mean on that day, like on that night, if you like, you know, a couple of rounds, you
Okay.
know, you're not cleaning up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's just like you sleeping in it, and then you get excited again, and then you want to try again, and then the smell, oh girl, the smell is there. So it's just, that's the one thing I really didn't like. Because I have my own little self-esteem issues, so that smell was not something that I was comfortable with.
Okay. But did you feel like having sex on your period was like it built a deeper connection? Because like for me, I can't. First of all, I cannot sleep with someone that I don't like. This is why I cannot have a sneaky link, like this, like sneaky linking. No, and there's got to be like an emotional connection to somebody. So, first of all, when I'm on my period, I'm very emotional because I'm just like, life sucks. Okay, so I would want to be cuddled and like, you know, be made to feel like it's okay.
It's alright.
You know, yeah.
No,
Don't you think that?
I think we shouldn't think too much about it. I mean, if you're with someone you're committed to, I think what we do a lot is overthink. So you know, you overthink, oh my god, it's a mess, oh my god, he doesn't find me attractive, oh my goodness. I think the feeling you get when you're on your period and you have sex is probably the same feeling you get when you don't have sex with a condom.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like it feels real. That's something that maybe the intimacy you're saying, or that connection you're talking about might be there.
Okay.
You know, if you're not overthinking it. So if you are overthinking, I think maybe we don't include that, I would say. But yeah, for me, I ended up getting used to it because now this was my partner, you know, and it was a thing for us, and he really loved it.
Okay.
He loved it.
That's cool.
Like,
That's cool that he liked it.
Exactly. He went from a point where he didn't like it and he found like, not really, to a point where he was like, no, it doesn't matter. We'll just clean up after. As long as he got his game, you know, he was quite comfortable with it eventually.
That's cool.
But I think I wouldn't have sex on my period if it was like a one night stand.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No!
Don't do that.
No!
Everybody gonna be traumatized.
No. Look, I'm not obviously I'm not against one night stands. It's not like I go out looking for a one night stand, but like if I was on my period and I feel like, okay, we might have sex, I would rather not. If it's a one night stand, I would rather just not.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that connection, like I said, it's got to be with somebody that I trust, that's seen me go through phases, not just someone that I met tonight.
Just met now,
you know,
yeah.
so like, yeah, there's got to be that a level of intimacy that I feel like is not there with somebody that you just met. So it'd be fair game if I wasn't on my period, but if I'm on my period, there's no one night stand there.
Don't do it. Yeah. But yeah, I guess it depends who you are and where you're at in your relationship, I guess, when you become comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Because I think the first couple of times it will be a bit fun. Or
like if it was somebody new, not necessarily a one night stand, but somebody.
Yeah, if it was something new, like a boyfriend, like a real relationship, like something more stable. I think you get to a point where you become comfortable with it and you don't overthink it, and you're just like, oh well, that is what it is. This is my man's. He's gonna know when I'm on my period. He's gonna know when I'm not, and you just explore. You explore when it comes to sex, I think.
I really like that word, explore. Yeah. I think I would like to do more exploring. Now that we have a solution for the mess.
Exactly. Exactly.
I would like to do more exploring.
No,
and I just feel like I've met somebody that's like open-minded. Yeah. That's open-minded.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Which is good. I think you'd also have to ask him how he feels about it. How would you feel about having sex while you're on your period? And find out what that means for him, and yeah.
Good morning. So yesterday I got so carried away with Shorks and like chatting, catching up, that I forgot to close this. It's so nice to have girlfriends that are so open to talk about like dating, sex, all the things that are like in inverted commas taboo, especially for me and her, because we're both single moms. So I think that makes us like connect on another level. And yeah, I had a great time. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what y'all think about having sex on your period, because I definitely said I'm gonna give it a try, especially with the Ziggy Cup too, because I was just not about that mess, you know. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.